to the people that are subscribers, uh, I gotta say this just because I get very little feedback. Most everything of what I do is probably some fucking hurt little boy's feelings trying to get validation, but whatever. You know what I mean? Who cares? Uh, I wonder though, like, so is it cops that are surveilling me, or is it just a random selection of people, or who knows? You know what I mean? There's also other groups out there. And so, even though I have no subscribers to speak of, the fact that I have that many is astounding. So, for your patronage, I must thank you. I and I don't know how long I'm going to continue this channel. Well, the channel will be here. I just am going to bow out of it because Tracy and I, we have gone through some changes, a lot of changes. I think they got me. There is a physical and mental decline that people with onset of illnesses goes through. Various symptoms that are trendomatic in society. One of which is feet pain and feet swelling. It looks like diabetic kind of ulcers or whatever, but they're not. There's pain. There's a whole thing. This guy, the transhumanist Jenna, he is totally correct. The amount of fucking electronic transmission and also the targeting that they do of individual citizens with things where, basically they just dial up your personal IP address and say, hey, you know what? Delete this shit. Delete his cock. Anyway, in that regard, like, it's been a very long time. And, but I don't look at it as like, oh my God, this happened to me. It's like, everybody's kind of the master of their destiny. But also, Tracy and I were talking about this today. Like, she brought up, would you ever go back into comedy? Well, no, because at 65, it kind of is embarrassing to admit that at 60, I still hadn't gotten it. But then I don't know that I have or ever will. But at least now there's not, nobody thinks, oh, yeah, this guy's stupid, naive. I would sound insane 5 years ago, though, to everybody's ears, including mine. Except that if you look at like one of these conspiratorial sites, how many of the thousands of doom and gloom soapbox pulpit motherfuckers are they talking about things that have come true? So you're the double digits, high double digits for sure. And I just hope to God the flat earthers aren't right, because either way, if you're an orb or a sphere in space versus a flat disk, okay, where is that disk? Is that on a table? Because that would be in a giant house, which would be in a gianter world, which would be in what? You know what I mean? So space, I don't care if we're a disk or an orb floating in space. It's not the disk or orb problem for me. It's the falling off into space. Everybody could say, oh, well, You've contrived all this, even your most fundamental understanding of physics and life, and the truth. Are you really seeing what you think, or are you just seeing what's real? Things change. And I'm not sure. There's a kid that talks about we got bumped out of our universe, everybody, and then thrown into like two bodies, two minds share a body in another universe. So that would make virtually everybody bipolar, but a lot of them would be closer aligned than the other side of the scale. The other side of that bell is that there's fucking people that are 1 minute they're all like Pastor Joe, and the next minute they're all like look at Mr. Hyde, and that's kind of what's happening in this world. Is so much erratic, completely unpredictable, psychotic. Like in other words, even though it's evil or bad or whatever, also, how did you even think of that anyway? I mean, whatever. People. So maybe we have hit a max point. Maybe there's no worldly max population, but humans in a collective whole can only stand being around so many of each other before they fucking completely nut the fuck up. There's a flaw there. There's a, for lack of a better word, a genetically programmed flaw. It's a little nick in a protein somewhere. You got a fucking back chop. And you're just kind of walking through life. One little gene which manifests into whole parts of the body. And, if it's a made-up language, if it's a false logic, then it's very well thought, because the logic of science and math and hard science and show me facts, that's easy for me to believe because they're tangible, touch and feel. You could say, oh yeah, I've had so many people tell me in life at various years, hey Brian, don't do that, because if you do that, this will almost certainly happen to you. And I was like, I really respect that guy, and they're very smart. Fuck that, I'm doing it. If I don't last more than a year or till next one, I thank you all, and to tell you that the future doesn't scare me. It'll be different. It'll be weird. Either way, it's going to be fucked up for white American homeless. They're doing weird stuff. You only see older couples now. People are disappearing off the streets, taking them. Nobody knows. And Tracy and I are getting sicker with various things by the day. I'm trying to make one last blast, gasp out of life and go do a bucket list thing. Why not? Fuck it. Or go up and go to the mountains, go live in some non-populated nature, I guess. Do some fishing. I've loved life. I really have. Life has been amazing beyond my expectations. The good, the bad, the whole thing. The bad. It's ironic because the bad makes the good. Uh, it makes you aware of what's good and what's important to you. And like even a big old convict or all these fucking crazy shit that I did. You know what? When you get towards the end, you start to look at things and go, well, am I fucking proud of that moment? If not, it's time to shut the fuck up, admit it, and just move on and do something else. I loved comedy, but it was... Look, in the satanic Hollywood pedo adrenochrome drinking motherfuckers society, that extends into like all genres of entertainment. It's deeper than I'm sure that anyone suspects. That would have eventually reared its head. And so I'd either be on the outs or whatever, but I wouldn't be down with that. There was a lot of things. Now it makes sense to me. This fucking cloak and dagger, like wearing robes. Of course, it makes sense. They're all in show business. They fucking do that weird shit. They think they impart some kind of like, if I believe enough, it'll give it meaning or something. Like, you fucking whatever. And I don't think that a lot of the people, I think that many of the people probably don't really believe in the whole thing of Satan as an entity or whatever. Who knows? But it is trendy, and that's what you do. I've never been very trend worthy. So when it comes to exciting posts and podcasts and all that bullshit, I haven't had. Mine was, why are you fucking with me? I'm poor. Leave me alone. So that never happened, of course. And it's become apparent. So for us, there's no glitz, glamour, love or lust, or desire to find showbiz riches down here. We've seen it all. We used to be in programs. That was probably the biggest thing. And we rubbed shoulders with a lot of celebrities on a regular... We were first-name basis, you know what I mean? We were in society. And then when you fall, motherfucker, at least I didn't fall from the first rung of the ladder. I got up a few, made sure I bonked myself right on the head, knocked myself out. I still talk to some people now, but, I just want to step away from this. If we're going to do anything, we'll probably start a new channel that's of a positive, faith-based, not faith like in God, faith in yourself-based journey. Because if I have my way, we're going to hit the road and probably spin that way for a while. Go do interviews, little towns, talk to people, see what the fuck America was saying. You know what I mean? It's a turbulent time, perfect material. So, and do a more professional job. But even if you hate me and you watch these videos, I appreciate it. Thanks for hating me. Peace.